This is the other part of the cow-calf herd. It's split out here farther south. It's always interesting to me how they sometimes divide up into bunches. And I think in some sense it's because this grouping of cattle in here probably represents two different bunches that have been living together for some time, and so they just naturally kind of stay divided. But that's largely an assumption on my part. I don't know that for sure. Beautiful day. Hope we get some thunderstorms tonight. We probably won't, but you never know. And it'll be nice just to, what am I trying to say? It is nice just living in the day. Add a mineral in that mineral feeder, which is fine. And so off to other stuff. You can see there's still a lot of green out here. I know I gave my little sign off blurb there, but then I noticed the green stuff. So a lot of the warm season grasses like this blue grama that we're driving through right now is just going gangbusters. It's still got enough soil moisture. Of course, it's on a slope and then a low area, and it's very green. And then there's also rubber rabbit bush or rabbit brush. I guess either one's legal to say, and that's that stuff right there. And that's greening up in a lovely fashion. And right here shortly we'll be down with the rest of the cattle. So I've talked a little bit in previous videos about warm and cool season grasses. So cool season grasses are the ones that green up first in the spring, and they have a rapid growth window in the spring when air temperatures are cooler than summer air temperatures. And then warm season grasses come along later, and they have their rapid growth a month or so later in the season when air temperatures are hot. So the rapid growth of the grasses appears to be correlated. Well, it doesn't appear to be. It is highly correlated with air temperatures. Cooler for the cool season grasses, warmer for the warm season grasses. Also appears to be somewhat correlated with sun angle. So that's interesting as well. And the rapid growth period is when the grass does almost all of its growing for the whole year. And those periods can be something like, they're usually like about 6 weeks or maybe 60 days long. So almost all of the growth occurs during those rapid growth windows. And very little growth occurs outside of those windows. And the grass is mostly just photosynthesizing and putting energy stored as starch in the roots, and also growing roots rather than growing above ground leaves. So yeah, it's just all very interesting the way nature has this stuff suitcased, and no human could design a system that well, that good, that effective. So yeah, we think we're all that in a bag of chips, but we can't do any of this. We can't do any of this. Any of this stuff that nature does, we can't do. We can't come anywhere close to doing. So I guess in my mind, and sometimes this is hard to articulate because it seems so self-evident to me, but We are so tiny and insignificant when stacked up against nature as far as works. We think we can do all of this cool stuff like building big buildings and making space shuttles and space stations and all that kind of stuff. And there's nothing wrong with any of that, and it's all really super cool, but it's not even kindergarten level compared to natural law and the nature of the universe. It's not even, I mean, it's just a baby that we're a baby that hasn't even learned how to roll over yet when compared against that. Now, does that mean that we're individually insignificant and meaningless? Hell no. We're human beings. We think, therefore we are. That's amazing. We're amazing. The stuff that we do is amazing and amazingly important. All of our interactions between each other, you know, the decisions that we make, the lives that we lead, the thoughtful, rational option that we can take, the spiritual path that we can take, all of those things argue so strongly against insignificance. We are not the hole in the donut. We are vitally, incredibly important in the entire scheme of things in the universe. Just because we can't do all of those things that nature can do doesn't mean that we're insignificant or we're less than nature. We're part of nature, and we're an enormously important part of nature. So I guess there's that to think about.